Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of A Day in the Life of an Agency Owner at Digital Marketer. Now, today is not going to be a special day. What I want to do with this series is make sure that we're having realistic days. So you can see here that we're setting up. We've got our CTO, Carlos. We're going to be talking to him in just a bit. I'm drinking a bit of kucha tea, no caffeine, and a bit of a few drops of propolis. I don't know what it is, but it's great for allergies. Now, a few things that we've got on the agenda today. We're gonna go ahead in just a bit and have our team meeting. If you haven't watched the previous episodes, then you probably don't know this, but we always have our team meeting first thing in the morning. So it's not the whole team, right? But with my CTO, who's literally my right hand, my point of contact, we have our internal meeting. Obviously, I'm gonna then meet with the lead media buyer of our agency, etc., but make sure that priorities are set straight. Then I've got quite a bit of I've got my call with my lead media buyer. I've got a sales call right before that, hoping to close that. Then I think I'm meeting with a lawyer and my accountant to set up the new ecom business that I've been talking about on the channel. Then we've got a bit of website work, a bit of website work for the new agency website that we're launching. Then we've got to work a bit on the legal side of things, the packaging and the legal side of things for the ecom brand. So we're going to set all that straight. Then have a bit of recording and a live session on YouTube and my free Facebook community, where I'm going to be answering questions from the community and you guys hopefully. And then we're going for a really nice dinner out here in Madrid. It's an incredible day. The sun is shining through these big windows, and we're looking to have a productive day. I'm gonna sip on this, and then we're gonna jump into the team meeting in around 5 minutes. So I'll catch you guys there. Alright guys, so if you've watched any of the previous vlogs, I don't know what episode this is, but if you've watched some of the previous episodes, then you probably know that we always start with a team meeting, right? So this is obviously the whole team, the whole agency team, but here's Carlos, my CTO and brother, who actually works with me on a daily basis to scale all the ecom brands that we're working with. Now, typically we'd have this team meeting at 7 a.m. That's in winter, cold months, and hibernation season, that's how we like to call it. So we wake up around 4:30, then have this at 7 a.m. after we've done the morning routine. Now we've shifted it forward to 8 a.m. Simply because we're waking up at around 6:30. Why? Because with all the light, the sunlight that comes through until 9:30, 10 p.m. There's really no, you cannot get enough hours of sleep if you're waking up at 4:30, 5 a.m. So that is why we've shifted it forward. Now, on today's agenda, Carlos, do you want to run them on what you're doing?
Yeah, my personal agenda. Sure. I have around 4 or 5 sales calls, and then we'll do a little bit of work on the website for the new e-commerce brand, specifically the Hero. We're gonna get that popping. And then I think towards the evening we'll probably work on the agency website. So we're gonna, decide the structure that we're gonna send to the developer.
Alright, so you've heard there. We're gonna be launching the new agency website in a few weeks. So just making sure that the wireframe is all on point, sending that over to the developer, so that we're moving forward. And he's doing an amazing job with the hero of the landing page for the new ecom brand. If you guys haven't watched the previous vlog, I'm going to be launching my own ecom brand. So Carlos is also quite involved on the development side of things. So that's what a CTO does on a daily basis. Anything else that you're doing? Anything fun?
Anything fun?
You're traveling to Barcelona, right?
I'm going to Barcelona in the evening. Yeah, that will be the end of the day, but a great end to it.
Alright guys, so that is the team meeting, basically setting our priorities for the day, and now we're going to cut into the actual work. So let's go right into it. In the macro, if it does take more than like a year and you're not seeing results, like something has gone terribly wrong, you probably don't have the right map. Alright, so that is that for the sales call. It went pretty well, as you can see. Not sure if you guys can see this. I'll blur out the details, but that is a 2,500 fixed fee plus ad profit deal for this client. So obviously the money will be mainly on that ad profit deal, but the fixed fee that we determined for this client, given their ad spend, and if you're in my mentorship, you know how we do the calculation, but given the ad spend that they have, given the profit margins, given their monthly revenue, we determine that fixed fee, right? and the main money will be on the ad profit deal, which is around 20%. So that is that for this sales call. Was definitely a fun one, and as I told you guys, that was the second call with this client. So typically with ecom clients, especially if you're talking to a bigger client, where in that first call you're talking to the marketing department or marketing director, CMO, is probably going to lead into that two-call close. So keep that in mind when you're signing ecom clients. But now on to my next call, which is a call with my lead media buyer, Aaron.
No, that's fine. I can just track it against different URLs. So this is in Shopify, is that correct?
The subdomain is within lead pages.
Yeah.
And then the main domain is Shopify. But I think, yeah, you can consider Shopify. I mean, here's the thing, with lead pages, I have to manually insert the tag manager. The personal brand ones. Okay, great.
But with the promotion extensions in Google, this is in Google Ads, you need to have a percentage discount or a dollar value discount.
For where she talks about like her journey and all that stuff. We'll make more product based ones. But yeah, just want to test that first. All right,
mate. You're holding your nerve with the crazy crypto market.
I just don't want to look at it.
Mate, I bought some more ADA this morning at 145.
Yeah, I was gonna do that, but yeah.
Yeah.
I just can't be bothered to invest.
No. I'm done now.
I was gonna invest that because it was I guess you were sleeping then, but it was like it dropped to like 1.1. I was like, ah shit, this is the perfect time because I do believe in ADA. All right, so the call with my lead media buyer went really well. A few of the things that we talked about were the landing pages that we had one of our clients create. So I'm not sure if you guys remember the Dubai vlog, but that client basically had two brands. So essentially two clients, right? But one of them was a CBD and the other one was a health and wellness. So a big part of the strategy was creating high converting landing pages, especially for the CBD component, because there's certain regulations that we need to bypass. But one of a key component of that strategy is having high converting landing pages, and that's one of the things that I talk a lot about in the channel. The fact that it's not enough. If you let's say you do paid ads, right? It's not enough to just look at business growth from a paid ads component. You should be aware of the different intricacies and different components that affect the whole sales funnel, right? And so we reviewed some of the landing pages. For that, we also for another client set up conversion events, custom conversion events, simply because it's going to be a masterclass funnel, so we want to make sure that everything is tracking properly. We also talked about another client for whom my lead media buyer is actually checking their blogs to make sure that the SEO is on point. So getting a bit involved on the SEO as well for this client. And the final thing that we talked about was a bit of crypto. And that the reason why I say that is because make sure that you guys actually build a relationship with your media buyers and the people in your team. Of course, you want to keep it professional, right? But we had a bit of a laugh over just the butchering and the bloodbath that we saw yesterday in the crypto market. And we also talked about a few coins and a few projects that we believe in, like ADA and a bunch of other cool stuff, right? So make sure that you have that conversation. It doesn't have to be like a 15-20 minute conversation just on things that are not going to be very productive, but have a laugh with them and really build that relationship, because the more chemistry you have with them, the more likely these people are going to be to go the extra mile for you, especially when you're starting out into a contractor agreement where these people, they could be working for other people, right? And so you want them to say, oh, I love this person, right? So I'm going to go the extra mile for them, even though they may be working for a few other clients. They go the extra mile for you, and for the other clients, they just get the job done, right? So keep that in mind, that when you build that relationship, it's much easier for that to happen. So that is the call with Aaron, and now to the next bit of the vlog. All right, so now gotta go real quick to meet with my lawyer, because we're gonna constitute the ecom brand that I've been talking about on my channel. So we're gonna go set up all the legalities, make sure that it's all set up correctly, and also setting up a new structure for my business, because we've decided that we're gonna constitute a holding company under which I'm gonna have all the businesses and companies that I currently own and that I'm also gonna be starting next. So let's cut to that. Hopefully it doesn't take too much time, because look, anything that is not work related or fun related, anything that is legal and paperwork and signing stuff, not my favorite thing. Definitely much needed, and it's definitely going to be a burden off my shoulders once it's all set up correctly. and it all goes through. But I'll take you guys with me as much as possible. I don't think I'm going to be able to film the actual signing of the paperwork. I would love to, but it's a bit creepy. So I'll take you guys with me as much as possible, and we'll speak then. All right, so that is all said and done now. Whew. These things are, in my opinion, probably the worst part of running a business, at least for me, right? You know, the legal stuff is all important, but it just, you know, I'm just happy that it's all done now. It was a bit of a time drain, simply because these things usually, you think they're gonna take an hour, but then they end up taking like 2.5, especially because I had to go to the bank to deposit the money for the e-com brand that I'm starting out. You guys may know what I mean by that if you've watched my series. So that took a bit of time. Then I was late to my appointment with my lawyer, who was gonna help me sign all the legal documents. So he basically told me all the steps, the people that I should meet in the place that I showed you guys just now. So I went there, met up with them. Honestly, a really cool office. So I'm very pleasantly surprised by that. Especially because these you know, law firms are usually really old school, but a really cool office, you know, really cool people, and honestly I'm very glad that it's all done now, because it is one of those things that is just a burden of your shoulders. And once you guys start making a bit of money, or if you're already making quite a bit of money with your agency, make sure that you've got a good accountant, make sure that you've got, you know, maybe a legal person if you do need one. You don't really need one, to be honest, but just, you know, honestly, an accountant is quite important. And make sure that you do your due diligence to pick the right person, because it's literally the difference of you having your finances in order, you may be, you know, having the right structure in place. For example, I'm creating a holding company to have the agency, to have the personal brand, to have, you know, the e-com brand under, and so all that stuff he's recommended. And honestly, I'm very grateful for the team that I currently have. So not too mad about it, that it took a bit of time, because honestly it's such an incredible day here in Madrid, and it's good to get out of the office on the hustle. But now I'm going back home, and gonna cook some lunch with the girlfriend, with Augusta, and I'll speak to you guys in the next part of the vlog. Peace. So here's what we've got for lunch. Pretty keto and paleo. Some salmon with a few veggies, and then we've got these toasts, rye bread toast with strawberry, sweet potato, a few tomato cherries, and then we've got the avo from the breakfast, guys. So yeah, we're gonna dig into this, and we'll speak soon. Alright guys, so what we're doing right now is we're just making sure that the box and the actual product, they're gonna have all the right legal stuff on them, to make sure that we're fully compliant, and to make sure that we can ship this worldwide. So that is what we're doing. Basically, the team in Barcelona, if you guys watched the previous, you know, the first episode of the building $100 million e-com brand, if you watched that, then you saw that part of the team is based out in Barcelona. So just today they sent us the legal writing and the legal terms that the product has to have, and also the different languages that we need to have on the actual product. And now we're selecting where we can place them around, so that the design is, you know, also looks very clean, right? So it's having that right balance of having the legal stuff in there, but also making sure that the design maintains its freshness and its clean look and feel. So that is what we're doing with Augusta, and we'll cut into the next bit. If you're investing less than 6 figures, we're talking less than 100K, you're better off putting that money into personal development, into growing your team, into growing yourself, into getting a better apartment so you can work from, you know, you can leave your parents' house. Like, trust me, you're much better putting the 10K or the 5K or the 20K, whatever you were planning on putting into crypto, into yourself. When you build a real asset, that's gonna give you, you know, monthly recurring revenue we're talking about, right? Not just some quick gain. We're talking about 10K maybe a month for like 24 months, right? Or maybe 100, you know, 10K that goes into like 50K in 18 months. So here's the thing. That's my controversial feedback. Like, if you're putting less than 6 figures into crypto, you're playing yourself. Investments is not the way to create wealth. They amplify wealth, but to create real wealth, you need to build businesses. You need to build assets, things that you own, things that can run, okay, things that have a real structure behind you. and things that are yours, things that you've got ownership and control over, right? Alright, so I wrapped up the Q&A on the free Facebook community as well as the YouTube. I also went ahead and chatted with my mentees, and now we're gonna go ahead and we are going for dinner. So this is what I don't just wear a black t-shirt, so keep that in mind, guys. And so we're going for dinner.
Let's go.
We're going for dinner, and I'll see you guys there. Bye. Alright guys, so we're back from dinner. It's pretty late, it's around I believe 11:10. It's 11:10 p.m. At night, so we're gonna go ahead, drink our chamomile tea, decompress. Usually during the warmer months, where it's pretty sunny outside, or where there's a lot of light till late at night, we'll go to bed around 10:30. But if we go out for dinner on Thursday or Friday, then we'll go to bed at 11:30. But that is that for episode 3 of A Day in the Life of an Agency Owner. Now, if you've enjoyed the vlog and you want more episodes, go ahead and smash the like button. And so if you don't miss the upcoming episodes, go ahead and turn on the bell notifications. And with that being said, hope everything's going well in your journey, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.